y'all, Farmer Dre back at it. It's another cold day here on the farm. It is currently 18 degrees outside. It is freezing cold. We don't have much going on, but today I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the cover crop in high tunnel number 1. It's been winter outside. We got a little ice storm going on here, and it's nice and cold. I mean, it's instead of getting snow, it's just been we have just been getting ice and a little bit of rain. It's been freezing. But as you can see here, we went ahead and tilled under the cover crop. If you guys can remember, a few weeks back we had daikon radishes growing in here, and I made a complete video on the benefits of growing daikon radishes as a cover crop for tomatoes. And I was reading some of the comments on that video, and I saw a couple comments of people saying, you know, go ahead and kill that cover crop a few weeks in advance so that the daikon radishes could decompose and all that leaf material could decompose before you go ahead and plant. And then I also did some more research on daikon radishes as a cover crop, and they recommend, you know, tilling it under, or, you know, killing it off a couple weeks before you go ahead and plant, just so you can have enough time for that cover crop to decompose. I don't know if you guys can see here my breath. You can see my breath here in the camera. That's how cold it is outside. But I wasn't home whenever we did this. I had my brother Isaac come through here and kill off this cover crop. I did come through here last week and mowed it off with the intent that I would have enough time to come through and incorporate it underneath the soil, but I just ran out of time. So I had my brother Isaac come out here, and, you know, he took a rototiller and a small tractor. So let's go ahead and look at the soil now and see how it looks. So, you know, here's a perfect example right here. So we got some daikon radishes. Oh, it's frozen. Oh man, oh, there you go, just a couple inches there. So we got some bits and pieces of the daikon radishes in a real nice, fine soil. Yeah, so I'd say a good inch of the soil there's pretty frozen on top. So now we're just a waiting process, you know, until that soil decomposes. It's supposed to warm up here next week, so should be pretty nice. That beautiful soil, beautiful soil. I could dig down here pretty deep without having any issue. So the plan is in here is waiting another week or so until this gets decomposed and broken down pretty nicely. I might come through here, and, you know, those edges there where he didn't get those, I might come through and have to kill them off with the either come with the hoe or do some other different types of methods of killing weeds. And one thing that I can do is I go ahead and get this tunnel ready for planting tomatoes. So the goal is now is to plant tomatoes the last week of February in here. So you know, even with that idea, I can still come through here and get the tarp ready, get the irrigation set up, so that whenever that last week of February comes, it doesn't sneak up on me, and I don't have that much not that much stress on my hands. So to get all of this everything get ready for the tomatoes. But the tomatoes in the greenhouse there have been growing like crazy. You know, these are, like I said earlier in my other videos, these are the biggest tomato plants I've seen in a long time. And, you know, at this age, I mean, we got to take in consideration, I got to take in consideration that it is still February, so we don't have that long of a day, and, you know, we still don't have all those good summer conditions. But even with that, like I keep saying, with plenty of heat, plenty of fertilizer, and plenty of water, you just got to keep those tomatoes very happy and keep them moving on forward. So the temperature outside is supposed to get really cold here the next couple of days. On Saturday morning, I mean, all day Saturday is going to be high of 11 degrees, and this is the coldest it's been all year. And generally here in Southwest Missouri, that's the coldest time of the year is February until about the first week of March, and it starts heating up. But it's not too bad. Next week, so let's get up in the 30s and 40s again. So I'm not complaining too bad about the cold, because hey, this is the first cold we have gotten. And, you know, people complain about it, like, look, you know, we haven't had much of a winter yet, so, you know, I could take a little bit of cold days. We can't do too much outside, so that's kind of a good thing. You know, take time, you know, to work on the inside stuff and figure things out. And, you know, as you guys know, and I told you guys before, you know, we have a lot more work coming up forward. This next spring we have another 1,800 apple trees coming in, another 150 peaches coming in. So it's going to be a very busy spring here. But like I said, on these cold days, there's not much going on. So I just want to go ahead and show you guys the high tunnel with the cover crop, or no more cover crop. We're getting ready to plant tomatoes in here. So since it is getting very cold this weekend, I want to go ahead and show you guys the high tunnel with the strawberries right here. So one thing that I had to do, I got to throw a row cover in here just because this is a high tunnel. It's not heated, so I have to come through here and throw a cover crop on, or a row cover, not a cover crop, a row cover on top of here. So you go ahead and get that extra protection from that row cover, so the tomato plants won't get too cold. The last couple of nights has been, you know, 15, 16, so it hasn't been too bad. But whenever the high temperature gets up to 11 and the night temperature gets down to -7, you know, that's when you have to worry about the cold and the plants here. So, you know, like I said, these things will be blooming here before we know it. But until there, we got to make sure that the plants are perfectly healthy, the crowns are perfectly healthy, and we're keeping everything under control and intact, so that whenever spring rolls around, we should be good to go. So this is high tunnel number 2 here. So we haven't done anything in high tunnel number 3 yet. We you know, other than finishing it, we still haven't put the doors on here. That's one thing we need to do. But what we've been doing in here is we've been cutting some firewood, you know, because it's nice and dry and it doesn't rain in there. But come first week of March, we'll pull everything out here, start tilling it, start pulling a bunch of rocks, and get ready to plant tomatoes. About the first week of April, and I was talking to our guy from our local NRCS guy, and you know, about the high tunnel grants for the 2021 season. So he said about the first week of March or April, sometime in March or April, they're going to go ahead and see if we get approved or not approved. And once that happens, we're going to go ahead and order our tunnel. And the plan is to have them installed by summer, so we go ahead and throw a really late crop of tomatoes in there, or if not, just grow a crop of strawberries in there for next spring. So, you know, we have room on top of the hill here for 7 tunnels total. So we got the 3 here, and then another 4 more, and this completes the top of the tunnel here, or top of the hill on the main farm here of high tunnels. And then I can always put some more on my place back there. So, you know, my initial goal at the end of the day, by the time I retire, I'm saying, you know, my lifetime goal is to have at least 15 high tunnels. That's because that is 1 acre under plastic or under growing, and that's actual acres under growing. Like, we have more than, you know, this is more than a ½ acre up here with 7 high tunnels, but I want 1 acre of just growing space in high tunnels. So that's the plan and the goal with that. So we got plenty of room to expand out here, but you know, it all takes time and you know, patience, and just kind of build up to it. Because if someone were to give me 15 high tunnels today, you know, I wouldn't know exactly what to do with so much. But hey, if you build up your business, if you build up your clientele, and then you diversify into other crops, and then it's not too much of a hassle to get that dealed with. You know, you could always do more tunnel berries, you know, raspberries. You could also do some fruit trees in there, like apricots and some cherries. Or so there, I mean, opportunities are endless. Of course, you could start doing a lot more tomatoes, and then other vegetable crops. So I mean, opportunities are endless if you have plenty of tunnels. But that's what my personal goal is to have 15 of them. So, you know, 1 day at a time, 1 year at a time, and life moves on. So we did finally finish a wood stove here in the greenhouse, and I gotta go to, we have a wood fireplace store here in our local town here, to go buy some I gotta buy the rope to cover up that door, to seal up the door completely, and of course some of the shafts that are kind of leaking, so I gotta buy some special tape, some heat resistant tape that will tape that together so it will not burn, so, or won't allow any more smoke. The shafts that I bought them from one of our local farm and home supplies, and you know, if I would have gone somewhere else, it probably would have been a little better quality. But hey, it is what it is. Got to support the local business, so I'll figure that out and we'll get it going. So this is going to be pretty much it for today. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and smash that like button if you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to hit that notification icon so you guys can be notified whenever I do upload a video. I want to say thanks for watching up to this point. You guys have a good day, and we will see you next time.